Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over cryptocurrency market, but I'll tell you what, man. This is a good thing. You know, the Nasdaq's making me look like an idiot. I keep saying it's going to go down, and this thing keeps going up. Um, you know, everything's overheated on the Nasdaq. Um, we're going to have to wait to suss this stuff out, but if you look at some of the other indices, well, like the S&P 500, I think it's going to shoot up to 4,200 and bust it. But come back down possibly. So, man, this thing right here is really throwing me off, guys. But if you take a look at here's the Dow Jones Industrial, right? Here's the Dow Jones Industrial, and it's up in a wave. Here's this correction. Here's a 5-wave move, okay, right to there. You can see it came back down. It's like it could have finished its correction right here, guys. Here's a 3-wave swing right here. Maybe it needs to come back around one more time, finish that off. Same thing with the New York Stock Exchange, guys. 5-wave move there. There's this flat. There's a 5-wave move when it came back down right over here, and it's can get ready to rip out of there, guys. I think the New York Stock Exchange and the Dow Jones Industrial are going to break all-time highs, guys. And imagine what this is going to do to the markets, right? They're going to start. Some people talk about like I think it's the French market, maybe the German market. I think maybe even the London market. They're at all-time highs. Once these get up there, guys, that's going to really, I think it's going to change the sentiment a lot. So let me go over GBTC. GBTC, in my opinion, it's made a 3-wave move. It's going to swing back around, waiting for that one, guys. But it's a 3-wave move off the top, which is a good signal. Just to let you guys know, for GBTC, I'll show you on the day. I'll put on a line chart. Well, you can't really see it. Just a second. Let me go to a 4-hour. I'll show you something. This is actually a good signal telling you more likely that this is still bullish, is this 3-wave move that it did. Okay? Usually 3-wave moves off the top is a decent signal, especially if they're 1-to-1. So if this whole thing ended up being 1-to-1 and it hits that. So as an example, guys, you can check this out. Hasn't hit it yet. I'll keep it with all the wicks. So it might swing back around and hit that 1-to-1. Okay. I'll let you guys know at the top, when you see a 3-wave swing and usually it hits 1-to-1, that's a really good signal telling you more than likely it's still bullish, even though it might come back over here and might do more of a correction. Okay. So that's how I'm looking at that. So GBTC is looking okay, I guess you could say. Now, MicroStrategy, I've been paying attention to this one, and I think it's important to pay attention to for Bitcoin too, because if this is going up, and in my opinion, MicroStrategy is going to be going up in 2023. It's just getting itself prepped, with this wave and then this wave and then maybe another wave or whatever it's going to decide to do over here. And it's going to get prepped to start hitting these targets 418 and potentially up over $500. Okay. So here's MicroStrategy, 3-wave and then a 3-wave. I think it may, if it's finished there, it may have done an ABC right here. So you can see this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for an A, B, and then a C. So I'm checking that out, see what it's going to do right there, guys, for that one. It could swing back around, but I have to wait and see. But this is turning out to be, another nice little 3-wave move too. Okay. I just don't think it corrected deep enough on that one. Now Bitcoin, if Bitcoin ended something right there, if that's the end of the correction, Bitcoin is really, really bullish, guys. The only thing keeps me hesitant on this whole situation is what's going on with the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, maybe it's decorrelating from it, man. Maybe it's going to go into its trend or something like that. Just got to wait and see how this all plays out, guys. But if that's it, and you're going to have, like, you go to a 2-hour chart and you start looking at these waves, guys. I like to use support and resistance basically on there. It's hitting that area. I want to see, instead of looking at like just this wave, and then I want to see this wave get up higher. And then, you can make a determination on what Bitcoin may be doing. But these waves can be very deceptive, even though it looks 3-wave-ish. It's happened to me before, and I don't rely on that. So you go right here, look at this wave, 1, 2, 3. That looks 3-wave-ish, back down, rip, That's the issue going, oh, they look three wave-ish, you know, right here. That looks three wave-ish, back down. These all look three wave-ish if you think about it, guys, you know? So I go off with what it's going to do and things. But the other thing I think that is positive to let you guys know is that, as I mentioned before, some of these cryptos I think are in the bottom area, guys. I really, really think that. You know, like Chili's. Some of the ones I'm trying to keep track of off the top of my head. I thought Polkadot have to go down, but some of them are really reacting really well in that area. Like Phantom. Here's Phantom. Let me check out Phantom with you guys, right? Okay, Phantom. Phantom is still hanging out of my box. And if Phantom, so here's its swing, and see, that looks three wave-ish, so that could be deceptive too. But if Phantom hangs out in that area, guys, that's like very bullish correction for Phantom. Okay, very, very three wave, and then a three wave over here where it doesn't break the previous low. That's very, very bullish setup. That's like the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ likes to do corrections like that. Okay, because it's so bullish with all those tech stocks. It comes back down into a wave, and it traces, and then it just stops like that, making that chair thing I was telling you about, making it very, very bullish. Same thing with Gala. Gala's in that area too, guys. You know, I'm going to see this wave and it might come back down and start getting out of there too. So, and I was just looking at this too, you know, investigating like with Gala. These cryptos, you really want to see these cryptos go into a third wave. This is not the whole chart of Gala, but just to show you as an example, right? So it's at a peak of 71 cents and it came all the way down, back down to 1 cent. Okay. And it's over here in this wave. Very nice reaction. You see the volume down here, guys, that volume, and then the volume is more than the last fifth wave over there. And the volume is as high as that area. Okay. Now it's on Binance. Maybe it's not reliable, but the deal is up in 5, back in 3. We really need these cryptos to do third waves. You don't want to see an A, B, C, because this is now a connector wave connecting this leg over here, guys. And that's not going to be good for crypto. Okay. So I just let you guys know for crypto, for a lot of cryptos, I should say, that won't be good for Gala. So it really needs to do a third wave out of there, guys, and rip that off. Hit like 1.618, which would be more in those areas, guys. And it could be setting up for that. It could be. I can't predict the future if it's going to be a C wave or a third wave. Now, the C wave can go as long as a third wave too in crypto. Very, very common to do that. And let's see. Others they're working on the bottom. The other one is Lido. I said pay attention to Lido Dow. Here it is on the weekly chart. And last time that this happened was right down here. I remember this day. I had Lido and it started going up and it was making a wave in there, right? And I was like, I wonder what it's doing, man. Is it going to play some games some more? And then I don't know what happened. I got a message from a guy on Telegram and he said, you see Lido? And it's like boom, 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 boom. And went up there in a week, 31 December to the 8th of January. And it just ripped, just like what it's doing over there. It was an early warning shot. So the next thing I know, what is this? A fluke? What's this? A fluke with Lido? And it's going in there. And next thing I know, everything else started ripping. So that could be the same thing going on, guys. Matic 2. Matic 2. I know I see all these videos on Matic, man. I sold my Matic, man. It's all bearish, man. Look at it, man. You see all those red candles? It's not going anywhere anymore, man. It's bear market blues for Matic. I think it's in this area. This could be a fake out. I'm still, you know, potentially, I got orders in for below 80 cents on the Matic just in case. But, you know, really Matic is setting itself up to do a move over there, especially if it maintains that 74 cents, guys. Okay. A nice three-wave move the Matic did. Impulse, three-wave, right head down here. Impulse, massive flat that it did up there. Very similar to what it did right down here, guys. You see this? You see this wave? Up into a wave. You know, did this massive flat, and now it could be made one of those back down. So that's how I'm looking at Matic, guys. So I'm just getting my bag ready for Matic. I have it on leverage long, guys. So, you know, Matic's a little bit safer. If you will, if crypto, you know, saying safe crypto is not really, it's kind of like a, what is that, oxymoron, right? So quant crypto It's in the bottom area, guys. The deal is with quant, figuring out when that thing is going to bottom, literally impossible to figure out. It's just drifting and it's going to hang out in there. But once it makes a wave out of there, that's what we win. We're a reaction out of there. Once it's done, I do think that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's coming down for that 5, like just like that, guys. And like I said, this is a bullish correction. It's like the NASDAQ, down in 5, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and it's making a bullish correction, a nice long drawn out A, B, and then this C. Okay, and why am I saying it's bullish? Let you guys know is normally you'll see, like this, right? You have an A wave and a C wave, and that's your B wave. Quant's not doing that. It's not doing that. It's telling you that this correction is bullish, just like it was over here, guys. And this correction, I see people that come up with different counts. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you got 5 there. You got 5 there. Okay, I don't count. This is a flat because you got 5 right here. You see, 3, 3, 5. That's a very bullish. Once I saw quant do that, I knew it was going to rip off that wave. And I'm pretty sure once it's done over here, it's going to be able to rip off some waves, guys. It's just going to take some time and patience for quant. Just wait for the reaction off the bottom, okay? And then pick it up like this. Boom, and down here. That's what I would do with quant. Synthetics is another one I was checking out too, guys. I held this synthetics through here, and it made this whole mess. Is that an inverse head and shoulders? It's looking like, well, no, here's the inverse head and shoulders, potentially head and shoulders pattern right there, but it had a move there. It's reacting pretty well. That could have been the end of it, guys, right there on some of these cryptos, I think, that are forming in the bottom area, guys. Not a lot of them have started yet, but I would be paying attention here to the cryptocurrency market, okay? Because some of these waves too, here's Metis. Is Metis still making a mess? So Metis is set up pretty decent, guys, in my opinion. Okay, some guys want to go over Metis. Let me put it on line chart so you can see it a little bit better. So here's Metis, right? 5-wave move, 3-wave, 5-wave move, and then it made a complex correction over here, guys. Okay, so this is pretty good for Metis in my opinion, because you got a 5-wave move here, long drawn out 3-wave move back, almost tested the previous lows. Not uncommon for a 2nd-wave correction in cryptocurrency. And then you have another 5-wave move right there, 3, 3, 3 in that section. And this wave is smaller than that wave, and this correction is smaller than that correction. Telling you may have a nice 1, 2, and then another 1, 2. Okay, which means this could rip. However, remember, it could do another 1, 2. Okay, be aware of that, guys, and get itself ready to get out of there. Now, this is Metis's end of its correction. This is not the whole chart. This is the bottom of its 2nd wave in this area right here, guys. So Metis is a pretty decent coin, in my opinion. It likes to rip. Nakamoto Games, same thing, guys. I said, look, if it's going to hang out in that area for Nakamoto Games, this is a bullish correction too. Right here, guys. This is really, really bullish. 3, 3, and then came back down. Is it done? It could be. Let's check it out. It could be. Let's check it out on the weekly. See what the weekly looks like. Back down pretty good. Look at the weekly stochastics all the way back down there, guys. Does it have a cross? Looks like it's working on it. It might have one more swing around, guys. It might have one more swing around, but either way, this is a bullish asset, guys. Look at that. Boom, and then out of there, back down, rip. And gets to those areas on this wave, even in C wave, it's probably an easy target up to there, I would say, with this coin, okay? So I'm in the coin, full disclosure, I'm in the coin, and they're not paying me to say anything about their coin. Optimism, I was checking this one out, decided to extend on a correction. And so here's an impulsive move. I was trying to suss this out, guys. It's almost like it's maybe making some sort of diagonal move. So I have to just wait to see what it's going to do. But you can see here in the daily chart, this is all the way down deeper than the rest of this. That would be hidden bullish divergence or exaggerated divergence. Okay. So it might have one more swing around, guys. Okay. And then it can get out of there possibly. But it looks pretty decent to me. It looks pretty decent to me, guys. Some of these coins you might have to write a little bit down. Okay. Trying to time the bottom exactly on some of these things can be tough. Really, really tough. You can get lucky a few times. I've gotten lucky a few times, but I've missed it too by trying to time it and then exiting too early on them. Like Lido, I exited too early, and I think what was the other one? Injective Protocol was one I exited too early. Should have just kept it, but hey, it is what it is, man. Live and learn, right? So that's what I was looking at, guys. I think it's some mixed messages are going on in the markets, and it's just mainly, with the Dow Jones and then the NASDAQ really, really hot. There is a lot of bearish divergence. But the thing is here with the NASDAQ, guys, with this bearish divergence that's right here, well, there's bearish divergence from here to here, right, on the daily. But this is a correction. So this could be misleading in a way, if you know what I mean. So it came down 3, and then it ripped up onto this B wave, and it came back down in 5. So you can see it corrected all the way back down there. So this could be a little bit misleading right here, in my opinion. But maybe the NASDAQ is more bullish than we realize, or something is going on here with it, guys. The bigger stocks too, I think maybe have to do a correction, but some of them already done a correction, like Tesla. So you go to the so these stocks like Apple, has a lot of bearish divergence. That's concerning right there for Apple. Amazon is, Amazon could rip, so that's going to carry the NASDAQ higher. Let's see, let's check some other ones out. Google. Yeah, so Google did the same thing too here. Here's an example of that flat move that it did in this area, this A, B, C. And you can see it's like a 1 right here. And then the 2's way over here, made that base for itself. And now it's 1, 2, probably off into a third wave. Yep, looks like a third wave, guys. So Google will carry up the NASDAQ. MicroStrategy, NVIDIA is another one. It keeps rolling. Looks like a third wave. Yeah, third wave took it out right there. So it's in a what is this thing in? It's very bullish. First, did that take it out? That took it out too, it looks like. It went even with it. So it could be in 1, 2, in a 1, 2, guys. So it's very, very bullish. This is going to break all-time highs eventually, guys. So here's this wave 1. So you got a 1, 2, and then possibly a 1, 2, and maybe this is off. So that's going to carry the NASDAQ potentially, guys. So here's Tesla. Tesla didn't fill that gap, but here it is up impulsively, did a nice 3-wave correction, and then it's probably working on another 5-wave move, it looks like. Let me go to an 8-hour chart. No, 4-hour chart. Check that out. It's taking that out. So yeah, Tesla's going to be kind of a difficult one to suss out. I'm surprised it didn't fill this gap right here, guys. But, a 3-wave move back, you got 5 up, 3 back on Tesla. So Tesla is probably, if it doesn't correct back down here, fill that gap and get out of there, then it's going to carry the NASDAQ. The Microsoft, I was paying attention to this one, up. Did it do the same thing? You got 3-wave, and it's kind of 3-wave-ish in here, and then it's correcting, and then let's take a look at it on the daily. So Microsoft is really bullish. You got a highest peak right there. If this takes it out, then it's stuck in a third wave. So some of these look like they need to correct, guys. But, when they get bullish like that, they can just keep on rolling. So maybe that's what's going on, man. It's just misleading in the for the NASDAQ guys that I'm missing here, or it's more bullish than we realize. And the NASDAQ, let's go back down to the NASDAQ. Still would expect a correction at some point, guys. You know, if that takes that out, then if that RSI takes that out, then you have to go with another deal here on the NASDAQ. You know, like one, you know, maybe more bullish. One, you know, here's a 5-wave, here's a 5-wave, 1, 2, and then maybe it's making a bigger diagonal, guys. I went over this SQQs, showed it on Twitter. So the SQQs did a 5-wave move down here, guys. So what that means with this 5-wave move that it did, this is opposite. So these are going down, NASDAQ's going up, obviously. So the NASDAQ's been going up for that whole period of time. So there's a correction coming up for this one. So what's going to happen over here, once it's finished with this sequence, it's going to have a swing back up, a 3-wave swing, and it's going to do another 5. Because this 5, I don't think this 5 can be by itself unless this is somehow going to be an ABC, but I don't think so, guys. I got some indicators telling me that this thing is going to do a little correction, and then it's going to be dropping like a rock. And if this is going to do a correction and drop like a rock, that means the NASDAQ is going to do a correction at some point, right? And then it's going to do a shot. And if it's going to do a shot, that means GBTC and these guys, along with Bitcoin, will be doing a shot too. A shot too. I think June and July are going to be really good for crypto, guys. That's my guess right now. I think June and July are going to be really, really good for crypto. A lot of these coins are setting up. They're setting up to do a rip. And I'll let you know if that's some significant, if that's as low as it's going to get, and this, you know, this was to correct that whole wave, then that's very, very bullish, guys. That's very, very bullish. Let's hope that it doesn't do a connector swing only to come back down a little bit more, you know, and extend this whole correction. That could happen. We want to be aware of that. But I would say this area, you know, that area was buy the dip. I think even at 20K, it would be buy the dip on Bitcoin, guys. Okay. So I'm going to go a little bit heavier in Bitcoin too, let you guys know, and not so heavy on some of these alts. And just going in Bitcoin and Ethereum a little bit more heavy with spot positions and leverage positions that I've been picking up. Leverage long positions on Bitcoin, guys. That's what I'm going to be doing. Just because, you know, Bitcoin is definitely sucking some liquidity from the alts. And as I mentioned before, any of these alts that haven't done a previous impulse wave, I would not mess with them. I wouldn't touch them, guys. That's my not financial advice. I wouldn't mess with them. Cake coin, what happened here to Cake coin? What happened to this coin? Like this coin. Okay, here's an example. I was messing with it. It hit there and it bounced. Yeah, Cake coin would be an example of a coin not to mess with anymore because it has no impulse now, guys. The last impulse that it had was from November to April 21, and this whole thing's a correction, and it's not looking healthy for Cake coin right now. Not to say that it can't recover from that, but something's going on with it. What happened with it? What happened with Cake coin? So this is an example of one coin you don't want to mess with. Now, I'm not saying could it be there in this area and do a shot out of there? It very well could, guys, but you don't have the proof. You don't have the proof that's going on with it right now. Like Chili's over here. Go over Chili's. Some people have some questions about Chili's. Okay. Chili's over here. Okay. Chili's. If you come over here and you check it, okay, and people are like getting worried it's over here. First of all, Chili's hasn't broken that low. It hasn't broken that low, and it hasn't broken that low. Okay. So no need to panic yet. But if you go with the RSI right here with Chili's, okay, Chili's clearly made an impulse move. Let me clear that up. I'll show you guys right here. It clearly made a 1-2, 1-2, and then the third wave peak is right. Where is it? Right there. So more than likely, it did like a 1-2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and possibly 4, 5. It looks like maybe it ripped off one right there too, guys. Or that whole thing could be a correction. Let me check that out. Yeah, maybe right here. Let me put it on the line chart. Back 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's a little bit of divergence right there. So it's looking like Chili's 1, 2, and then 1, 2. So 3, 4, 5. And then here's this just a long drawn out correction that it did, guys. And then this right here too is an impulse. Okay. You see this peak right here, third wave peak, fifth wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I wouldn't abandon Chili's. I'm not, guys. That's a 1, 2, 1, 2. It's making a 3, 3, 3 right here. You can check that out. Could it swing back around some more? It definitely could, guys. But you see the correction right here? 3, 3, 3, maybe back around one more. As long as it maintains that low, that's good for that impulse, guys. There's no way to get a flat out of that. You can't get a flat out of that. I don't think. Yeah, see, it's too high. It's too high for a flat, guys, and it's too clean of a move down there to move and then did that. Okay, so I'm good with Chili's. I'm good with Chili's right there, guys. With that setup, that can rip. With that setup, that can rip, guys. It just might take it some time, be a little bit patient, and it'll rip. It'll rip. It'll rip like injected protocol rip, or rip like Lito's going to be ripping, right? All right, guys, that's the end of my video. I'm rambling on a little bit. Let you guys know that I would pay attention to the cryptocurrency market, guys. Everybody's like all bearish and everything. It's just good. Bearish sentiment. There's no euphoria yet. I think that's a good signal that none of the euphoria is in there. Most people are bearish and abandoning a lot of coins. It's pretty obvious to me that it looks like that, and I think that's a pretty good signal so far. ETH is not performing very well right now either, though. It's struggling out of that area. So I don't like ETH's correction. It's very strange to me, guys. Everything that's going on with Ethereum has been strange ever since this area, and then it did this, and then it's over here. Everything about it is very strange. But the fact of the matter is that Ethereum has a nice move over here, correction, a nice impulse here, another potential impulse right there, and then over here in a correction. So, and then Ethereum is deflationary. Last time I checked, with the meme coin action going on, it was like 3%, 3% deflation, not inflation, and that means that Ethereum can rip, guys. In my opinion, it should be able to rip. It should be able to rip. I wouldn't be surprised if the Nasdaq and the TradFi markets are going up. Here's the TradFi markets, right, going up into the way. They need to do a correction back in this area, and they're doing some long, just drawn out B wave that's going into, let's say, September, October, potentially even a little bit longer. That's plenty for Ethereum to do something like that, guys. I think, in my opinion, that's how I'm looking at that. And I think Ethereum is going to be going up into to that wave, just because if you take a look at the chart on Ethereum, the theory is that was a new this corrected the Ethereum right here, right? And that this section right here is all new, and it's going into like some massive impulse 1 and back down and going into a 3. I don't think so, guys. This is what I think Ethereum did. I think it did a wave 1, and here's a 2, and then this right here all the way up, and that's the extended third wave, and it corrected it, and now it's going up for that. That's what I think, guys. It just makes sense to me, especially what's going on with the TradFi market. And if you take a look at this correction, right? If I go to the bottom of wave 2, that top right there, look at that, 0.382. That's a fourth wave correction target area. on logarithmic for these assets, right in that section, that right there, guys. That's where it landed, and boom, I think it can go right up there, guys. So that's what I'm kind of foreshadowing, if you will. Hey, if you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.